Okay, so welcome everyone. This is Dr. Mila Mitra. I'm with STEM&Space, and today we are here to celebrate an event called Global Astronomy Month. So I'm here to launch this event on behalf of STEM&Space, and we are going to walk you through what all exciting events we have planned for the next month. So I see that a lot of you have questions or you have comments. So if you have comments, please chat it. And when you chat it, please select the option that says to panelists and everyone, so that if it's a question that we answer, everybody can see the answer, not just us. So again, somebody asked what is the subject, and the subject is we are going to be talking about Global Astronomy Month. So anybody else has any questions, please use the chat room also. Yes, so if some of you are having a audio problem, then it might be that your side also has a problem. So Swati, your problem might, if you don't hear any audio at all, you might have to get out and come back in and select the computer audio option. Okay, so for you it's low. Is it urgent? Can you just type in and say, is it okay for you? Okay, so I think for everyone else it's okay. So I'll go ahead. Okay, so I'll go ahead, everyone. Again, welcome everyone to today's session. I'm excited to celebrate Global Astronomy Month with all of you. And let's find out more about Global Astronomy Month and what it is and why we are celebrating it. Okay, so let's go ahead. First, I want to, again, let me remind you of the protocol that we are doing in the Zoom Hangout. If you have any issues, please use the chat room. Please chat and select the option that says to panelists and everyone, so that some of my colleagues can help you out. And try to only use the question and answer room if we have if we ask you a question. Okay, so with that, let's find out what is astronomy. Can I see a show of hands for people who know what is astronomy? Okay, so I know that many of you have attended some sessions with us before. So I think most of you are young astronomers who do know what is astronomy. So I think that's a good show of hands. So let me tell you in brief what is astronomy for those who may not know. Okay, so if the videos that I have up, my image, if it blocks what you're seeing on the screen, you can, just like any other window, you can just pull it down, okay? So what is astronomy? Astronomy is a natural science. It studies the celestial objects and phenomena that are, celestial objects are things that we see in the sky, and phenomena are things all the way from meteor showers to eclipses to even daily events like sunrise, sunset, and weather and seasons. All of these come under astronomy or space science. Astronomy is one of the oldest sciences, as you may know. It's the study of all celestial objects: sun, moon, stars, comets, galaxies, and of course, nowadays you know of many more exotic words and keywords like pulsars and quasars and gravitational waves, exoplanets. So it's everything, and although it is one of the oldest sciences, it is expanding every day to encounter new and new topics, and it's branching out more. There are more new branches, and it's also expanding as we explore the universe more and more. The exciting part about astronomy, especially to any teachers who may be online, is that it combines many fields of science, all the way from physics, math, geography, chemistry, and nowadays even computer science, biology, and data analysis. There's a lot of things. So if you do astronomy, you can encounter a lot of different topics, and all in a very fun way. And of course, some of you may ask, what do I need to do to become an astronomer? And that's a similar question. You'll probably have to take science, and at some point, you will be doing interdisciplinary science. So that's the way to go. Uh, Astronomy became a modern science after the invention of the telescope, when we got to know more and more about what we were seeing in the sky. So similarly, what is space? So when you look at the sky, you see the moon and stars and sometimes bright planets. And some of you may have seen comets or meteor showers. So there's a lot up in the sky. We see them, but we don't really know what they are, or what the, why they are like that. So now telescopes give us a lot of data and information that help us find out more about what's in the sky. So some of you may ask, maybe you may not, because you're all young people and you're all interested in astronomy. But a lot of people ask, what's the difference between astronomy and astrology? Okay, so if you know this answer, please chat it. Okay, so many of you know this answer. So in fact, a lot of times people call me an uh, astrologer, right? So we have this problem that many people think that astronomy and astrology is the same thing, but it actually isn't. Okay, so astronomy is looking at the celestial objects and measuring the position and motion. And what is astrology? It's the attempt to study how these positions, motions, and properties. So it's the same thing. It's still looking at the celestial objects, especially the planets and the zodiac constellations, and based on what are the position, the motion, uh, people try to interpret how that would affect our lives and other events on Earth. So that the way astronomers apply the concepts is just different from how astrologers apply it. So that's the brief background I'm going to give about astronomy. So let's move on. Why are we here today? So I'm going to first mention Astronomers Without Borders. Astronomers Without Borders is a group, it's a US based organization, and its prime goal is to spread astronomy throughout the world. So, we are facing these times right now. All of us are at home, not just us in this webinar, but everyone in India and everyone in the world. And now you can understand what this concept means. One people, one sky is their motto. And what it means is we all see the same sky no matter where we are. And it's a very good way to connect people around the world, to break the differences, to transcend the boundaries between us. It's just go out and see the sky, and anybody in the US, anybody in Africa will see the sky at different times, but they will see the same sky. So that's what is their goal. Okay, so we have so Astronomers Without Borders is therefore a very well-known group, and they do an event. It's an international event called Global Astronomy Month. So Global Astronomy Month is in April every year. It's so every year. So next year, now that you know more about this event this time, next time you can look forward to celebrating this event again with us. And hopefully by then you'll know more and you can do your own celebrations or join us, help us. So Global Astronomy Month is all of April, and it's an international event. It's already started. It's all over the world. and it's the world's largest global celebration of astronomy. So you can do the celebration in different ways. So every year, Global Astronomy Month suggests different ideas. They have virtual telescope observations, they have different webinars, they have fun stuff like poetry, astronomy poetry, and astronomy craft and painting. And they have many things you can do as a global star party. So I'm again representing STEM and Space, and I'm going to talk next about what we have lined up for the rest of the month. We have a lot of exciting activities, and all of you who have joined me here today, this is just a launch talk where I'm going to mention all the events coming up, and all of you are welcome to join each and every event and add to our excitement. Okay, so let's start. So I don't know which of you know that we have an exciting celestial event coming up on April 7th, and that's pretty soon on Tuesday. So what is that event? It's the super moon. Super moon is when the moon will seem the brightest and the largest in the whole year. Sometimes there's more than one super moon, and but this super moon will look really large, so it's a really good time to go and observe the supermoon. So for that, so do go and look up on the supermoon, go and look up at the supermoon on April 7th night. And we will be hosting a supermoon challenge where we'll ask all of you to take a photo and share it with us. But we also have a webinar on April 7th, and our educator will uh, tell you more about the moon. You know, the way the picture of the moon is, you can see different formation, different structures, different shapes, but some of you may know what those shapes are and the others may not. And some of you, I doubt how many of you know the names of all those shapes. So we have our educator who's going to walk you through recognizing these shapes, what they are, what are the features of the moon, and why we see different moon phases. So it's going to be a fun webinar on April 7th, and at the same time, 4:30. So please join us for that webinar. And at the end of that session, we will give you a challenge on how to photograph the supermoon. So that's on April 7th. Now, a lot of you look up at the night sky and it looks beautiful. And of course, we all know that it's looking even more beautiful right now. It's, we can see so many of the stars. But do we know what those objects are? Do we know which planet it is? Do we know how the planet is moving through the night? Okay, so many of us may not know that, but we would love to know that, right? So we have another webinar on April 9th, where our educator is going to take you through a guided exploration of the night sky. He will walk you through different constellations and how to do star hopping, how to go from bright stars to another bright star, and how to identify different constellations. What are the planets in the sky? So he'll be using a software and walk you through it. So I hope all of you will join that webinar on April 9th, and again at the same time. So this is the third one I'm talking about. So do you all know what is light pollution? I know you know what is air pollution, because in India and especially in Delhi NCR, we've had a very bad situation with light pollution. But there's also something called light pollution. I mean, we had a bad situation with air pollution, but there's also light pollution. And right now, light pollution is very reduced because nobody's stepping out. Many businesses and malls and everything are shut. Maybe street lights are shut. So people are reporting seeing constellations and stars that they haven't seen for years from the city. So we are going to do a very exciting project. This is a project, not just a webinar. And this project helps you observe specific constellations and find out the light pollution in your city based on what you can observe. So I have a map up here which shows lights in different cities. And as you can see, it's all very different in different continents, different countries, and even in different states and cities. So we are going to do a project called Globe at Night. I hope some of you have heard about it. It's an international project. So we have a webinar on April 13th for Globe at Night. And Globe at Night, it's not going to be just a webinar. It's a premier webinar, which will work for all people who join us. Please participate with us on a week-long project where we are going to identify certain constellations to observe and how you can count the stars to estimate light pollution. So it's going to be very exciting. All of us are going to be doing that project, and it's a really nice time of the year, or nice time in the universe, because every light is off. So it'll be a great time to actually see how much more we can see in the sky this year. So this project is going to run for a week or even 10 days, and everybody who participates will get a special certificate for participating in this citizen science project with us. So for that, please register for Globe at Night with us. So we are not just going to be doing webinars. We know that all of your kids are at home, and you know, so we know that you're going to be wanting to sit and make things. So we will have some of our educators that will help you make objects as you sit at home. And we know that not everybody has the right things at home, and the shops are closed. But so we'll give you easy things to make. And on April 17th, join us for a project to make your own pinhole projector. And as some of you know, with a pinhole projector, you can look at the sun safely. And again, let me warn you right now, please never look at the sun directly, because your eyes can get harmed. And please take this warning seriously. But we will help you make a pinhole projector, and you can look at the sun using that. So join us on April 17th for that. So on April 22nd, we have a activity for very young participants, because of course they too are at home and they may not understand all the webinars we're doing. So this is a special activity for very junior students, class 1 and 2. And we'll have a very fun small project for you. You learn about the solar system and do a cute activity, so called the pocket solar system. And we may also do small solar system based activities on that day. So please join us on April 22nd at 4:30 again. We'll do another do-it-yourself activity on April 27th. It's called a climbing robot. So again, most of us will be using things that we are finding at home, because none of us can go out and procure any electronics or anything else. So with that, uh, I think I've introduced most of the sessions we are going to be doing. So if you have any question and answers about this session, then please type it in the question. Please type it in the Q&A, or you can chat your questions, and you can put it in the, when you put it in the chat room, please select panelists and everyone, so everybody can see the answer. So any questions about this particular session? Okay, so Nimit, you had a question. Will anything apart from future events be discussed today? And no, today is just the launch of events. And right now we are going to go to an online real-time quiz that all of you can participate in. So today is just launching it. So that's your answer, Nimit. Manvik says, is the sun a star or not? And yes, the sun is a star. Okay, and the sun, like other stars, has a life sequence of its own. It has, it's like other stars, so it is a star. Okay, so I think that's most of it. uh, Arjun, would you like to say something? Otherwise, I'm going to now. So I'm going to now take you to quiz time, and my colleague Arjun Gulia is going to be handling this part of it. And Arjun, will you come online and answer some of the questions or give your comments and then start the quiz?
Yeah, hello everyone. Hope you have understood all the overview for all the further sessions that we will be doing in a celebrating GAM. This one being the first of few. So yeah, so I will begin by, let's say, answering some of the questions which I can see over here. So yeah, so first question I would like to answer is, uh, yeah, so obviously, Sunny the Star ma'am have answered that. Now, the another question I can see over here is why there is zero gravity in space. See, the answer for that is gravity is, well, now we for most of the time we have understood it like a force, but it is like an attractive force. But yeah, now we have some uh, what let's say another science behind it, that it is not actually attractive force, but much more than that. But the only thing which is critical in that is that it is something which happens when two masses come closer to each other. So when we are in contact with a very huge mass like the earth, we will experience its gravity. But when we are in a vicinity or we are in a space where there is no mass around us till a huge distances, we won't be having a gravity which we can say can affect us. So it is not zero gravity, it is something known as microgravity over there. Right. So another question is, yeah, I have a very good question from Dhanad. So if a stellar mass black hole and a supermassive black hole are on a course to collide, will stellar mass black hole get spaghettified, disintegrate, or simply merge without any deformation? Okay, so first of all, it won't get spaghettified, and then again, it won't merge without any deformation, right? Yes, it can disintegrate and it will merge with a supermassive black hole depending on how big those two black holes are. So yeah, so these are the things. If you have any question, you can continue, keep on, let me know asking. But yeah, now we are going to go to a fun quiz. And hello, hello, yeah.
Yeah, you
So
go ahead.
I hope my voice is not breaking, right? It is. Everybody is able to hear me perfectly, right? Okay.
It's breaking a
So
little bit,
we,
but fine.
sure. Right. So right now we are going to move to the quiz area. Now, here are few things before we go to the quiz. I would like to say a few things. First of all, everybody who are raising your hands, instead of raising your hands, if you could just chat. Okay. Sure. Okay. I'll just take care of it. Right. I won't be speaking too fast. Right. So yeah. All right. So it is breaking a bit. Now, all those who are raising the hand, you can, instead of raising your hand, you can either chat with us or answer your questions. Then we will be able to help you, right? Raise your hand only when we ask you to raise your hand to get your opinion on anything. All right. So instead of raising a hand, so stop raising. So that is first. Uh, Second, yeah. So right now I'm going to walk you through, let's say, all the how we are going to play this quiz, right? So before playing this quiz, let me tell you one thing. So when you are attending this webinar, you may be attending through your laptop or through your mobile phones. If you are attending through your, let's say, laptops, I will be showing you a way that how you can play it, right? But if you are watching it on your mobile phone or any of the, let's say, any of the mobile phone, then you may know you won't be able to participate it unless you have a second device. We had already sent you a communication that if you have a mobile phone, you will need a second device to participate, right? So Yes. So if you have a laptop and if you want to, let's say, play it on your mobile phone, then you don't have to do anything. Just go to your web browser and enter the web address kahoot.it. And if you are, let's say, having a laptop and you want to play with the same device, I will be showing you the way to do that through a small PPT. All right. So right now I'll be sharing my screen. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be sharing my screen and then I'll show you how exactly you need to do it. Okay. If you miss any step or anything, then what you can do, you can, I will be running it again. If you're facing any problem, you can just ask your question in chat. Okay, we'll be try to help you as much as we possible. We'll be waiting for 5 minutes and then we'll begin. So first, yeah, let me tell you the way of doing it. Here. So here. So first of all, everyone, now the first thing you are seeing over here is you will be seeing your screen like this. On one part of the screen, my shared screen will be seen, and on the other part, my photo will be seen, right? This is how you all will be seeing it. Now, what you need to do is, first of all, you need to come out of the Zoom platform. Now, this is something I'm showing you if you are using your laptop to access it, right? Just for the laptop and you want to play using the same device, these are all the steps you need to do. First of all, you need to go out of the full screen mode like this. In the view option, you can see on the top, you will see an option saying exit full screen. Press that exit full screen. Once you press that exit full screen, you will come out of the window. Now, after doing that, once you have come out of your Zoom platform, I want you to go to your web browser and enter this URL, kahoot.it. You all can write it down. If you have any notepad or anything, you can write down this address or you can type it, right? It is not very difficult to remember. You can just type it, okay? After entering it, what I want you to do is I want you to open your screen side by side, right? Like the Zoom platform, which you have taken out of the full screen, I want you to open it on one side of the screen like this. And your web browser in the second side of the screen like this. Okay, right? So now your two screens are on side by side. On one side you have Zoom, on one side you have web browser. I'll be telling in just a small while that why do you need to do that. Then I'll share it. I will be sharing, then I will open the Kahoot on my Zoom, and you need to open the same thing on your browser. Once I do that, I will be sharing this game pen. Now note this point that this right here, which is circle, is not the actual game pen. It is just to show you that how exactly the game pen will be shared, right? So it is not the game pen, it is game pen. I will be sharing you in a short file. So what you need to do is you need to take this game pen and you need to enter it over right here. All right. Once you have taken the game pen, you have shared the game pen, so there, next it is going to ask you is enter your nickname. You have to enter your nickname over here or any name you like. Right? Once you do that, you're good to go. And once you press this, your name should appear on a Zoom right here. All right. So I will be waiting for 5 minutes. I will wait for everyone to zoom in. And when you have done that, we will start playing. Now the question, why we needed these two things over here? The reason being that when we play the quiz, the question as well as the options will appear on this side of the screen. Okay. In the Zoom platform only, you will be able to see the question and the option. But how will you? It is like a, if you must have played the KBC, if you must have seen the KBC, the famous show that appears, like Kaun Banega Crorepati. There is something known as, right, the audience poll of fastest finger first, right? So what they do, they ask a question, they give you four options, you have to mark your options. So you needed your browser to mark the question. When I say that you have if you're watching it on one device, you need the second device. Why you need the second device? To mark the option. All right. So options will be marked through this second tab or your second device. Questions and option will be seen over here. So let's say if this is the question, where does the light of the moon come from? You have to see the question. You have to see, okay, moon is first option, sun is second option, third is other galaxy, fourth is Earth. You think that the correct option is sun. You press you see corresponding to the sun, what is the shape showing over here? It is a blue color rhombus. So if you see that blue color rhombus as the correct option, you have to press this. Once you have pressed this, your answer will be saved. This is how you are going to play the game, right? So I hope I made it perfectly clear that how exactly we are going to do this. Integrating is not going to be a big issue, right? But anyways, let me just go through it again. And this time, if you have hello, hello.
Yeah, you're fine, Arjun. You can continue.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine. Yeah. So now here's the thing that once we are done with this, right now I'm going to
So
play
one
this
question
again.
is,
And
can users do it on their phone? Some of them are asking that question.
okay, can users do it on their phone? Yes, you can do it on their phone, but not on the same phones. All right. So
Right.
let's say if you are seeing this webinar on one device, you won't be able to play that game on the same device. Why? Because you need to come back and forth between the two tabs for playing this game. And there is one thing that when you go out of this Kahoot platform, right? Once you have entered the game and when once you minimize that tab, it actually automatically get off. So it won't be possible if you're doing it with the same device. You need to have another device, but yes, you can do it with your phone also. Is there any more questions, ma'am?
See, you had guided them to kahoot.it, but
Mm-hmm.
your URL showed Kahoot. So just
Ah,
make sure it's
okay.
Kahoot.
Yes, yes, it is KAHOOT, right? If I say if it showed Kahoot, then there is some typo over there, but it is Kahoot. All right. So okay, more questions.
Uh, so do you have to walk through the steps again, or you just want to walk through it, or do
Okay,
people have it?
I'll be walking through it again. Okay, and then I'll begin. So guys, very simple. First, you exit from your Zoom platform using this tab. When you see over here on the top, you will see the exit full screen option. You need to exit from the full screen option. Make it in half the tab. Okay. I'm sure most of all of you would be knowing how to do that. Right. So just exit from the full screen, go to half the tab, then open your browser, enter the URL Kahoot, KAHOOT .it. This one, which I'm scrolling over here. This one, right? This you have to get KAHOOT.it. This is the URL you have to go to. All right. Then I will be sharing my Zoom pin. Okay, I'll be sharing my game pin. Once you all have your game pin, you just enter it right here. After entering, give your nickname, and you're good to go. Now, how to play this? Okay, here. How to play this, I'll show you again. What you need to do is you need to see the question from here, options from right here, but you have to mark your option from your browser. Now, there are two very interesting things in it. First, that each question is a timed question. So you need to answer it in time. Let's say if it is showing 12, it means it is a countdown 12 running on. Once it goes to zero, you won't be able to mark it anymore. Right? So you have to wait until every time.
Yeah, I think you can go ahead
So
and
yeah,
start now.
everybody ready? So you go ahead and start. And in the meantime, I will be just uh, starting the. All right, all right. Wait, I'll stop sharing for a moment. Yeah.
Okay, so I hope everyone's ready. He's going to share the game pin, and then we'll have to see who's the fastest person to respond. Okay, he still hasn't given the game pin. I know a lot of you are asking that
Ha ha ha.
question.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just share it in 2 minutes. Just wait for a minute or two. Have a
He's
little bit
just,
of patience.
yeah, he's just
Ha,
bringing up the app. So
ha.
we'll,
I'm just bringing it up, and just in a short while, I'll be sharing that pin with you guys.
okay, so meanwhile, uh, all of you you know that you have to type in the fastest. Of course, it depends on your bandwidth. But all of you are going to get a score that we'll be able to see the top few scores. So it's going to be exciting, and I hope your nickname, you've entered your
Here.
nickname so we can see who it is. Okay, so
All
that's the
right,
game
guys.
pin.
So here is the game pin. Everybody, here is the game pin. 157627. Everyone, enter the game pin and enter it. Yes. Okay. We have our first member, Grace, Amy, Kinjal, Jia, Kanishka, Govind, Bakul,
Okay,
Dhanush,
it's going fast.
Mishika, Goku. All right. Most of them are here. Yes, yes,
And
yes.
whoever
That's very nice.
answers first will get the maximum score, even if your answer is
Ah,
correct.
yes, yes. That's very nice. Let's see. All right. We have 39 players over here. So anyone problem, just right now. Don't wait. All right. So afterwards, we'll be starting it. So I want you to give it right now.
Does anybody have a problem? Then let us know on the chat. Okay, so game pin he's shared. I think everybody's
Our solar system. Have you ever looked up into the sky and wondered what was there? Higher than the birds, past the clouds, and farther than the moon, a whole host of fascinating objects spin in outer space. Let's imagine for a moment that we can leave the Earth behind and explore the solar system that surrounds it. We call it the solar system because everything in it is centered around the sun, and solar means something to do with the sun. The sun is a star, just like many of the stars that you can see in the night sky, just many times closer to us. Still, the sun is very, very far away from the Earth, almost 93 million miles away. That's why it looks so small, even though it's the biggest object in the solar system. In fact, the sun makes up more than 99% of the mass in the solar system. If you put all of the planets, moons, asteroids, comets, and everything else in the solar system together, they would make up less than 1/4% of it.
I think you can go ahead.
There are 45 players over here, right? So is there anyone else who is left? I'll wait for them. Otherwise, I'll continue.
I think you can start. There's nobody who in your Q&A. Please let us know if you have a problem. Otherwise, we're getting ready to start.
All right. So yeah, if you have any problem, if anyone is still left, answer right now. Otherwise, I'm going to start in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think you can go ahead.
All right. So I think nobody is here. So I'm going to start now. So everybody ready? So here, there are few things. First, when you start the question, the timer begins, right? Now, first question is just for the trial. So there is no point for that, just to get you used to the quiz and all. So everybody just get ready. I'm going to start with the first question now.
The first planet we will encounter is Mercury.
How many planets are in a solar system? more person remaining. Yes, I believe one more left. Let's see. Okay. See here. After every question now, there is a graph which shows that how many people have answered it correctly. So over here, 36 people have answered correctly. So because of this, there is some, let's say, there is a scoring method. Like I told you that the first question is zero score. So that's why every person has zero score now. But from the next question answered, every question is going to have a score. The score will depend on how fast you have answered and if you have answered correctly, right? So you will be seeing a variable score. It will depend on how fast the person have answered. So everyone, if you are ready, let's move to the next question now. So let's see, let's hope that everybody is ready now. So should I move in 3, 2, 1? Here goes the next question. Can you name the smallest planet? That's also a pretty easy question. Let's see how many are answering it. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. So that is a wrong question. Aha. So that I made the wrong question. So yeah, that's my mistake. That's my mistake. Yeah. So here, so the yeah, so the wrong people question are getting question. So yeah, from this one we are going to have the next question. So everybody ready for the next question? Can you name the largest planet? This one is correct. I promise it. Yes. So yeah, largest Jupiter. So yeah, so last question was my mistake. The correct answer was not Pluto, it was Mercury. But the correct answer showed Pluto. So yeah, that is a wrong question. But from this one onwards, let's see. 36 people have answered correctly. Let's see who has climbed on the top. All right. So Ayan is the highest climber, which has climbed up to 30 places. Way to go, Ayan. Now, at this point of time, I would like to tell you one more thing. See, this game has a very nice way to see if you are constant, if you are answering the question constantly right. So if you are answering it constantly right, it is going to give you extra marks. So try to maintain a streak. If you're trying to, if you maintain a streak, you will be scoring more, right? So let's move to this next question. Make sure that which planet is not the known as the red planet. That is again a very easy question. Is it Saturn, Mars, Earth, or Pluto? Everybody, come on. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Let's see. Very nice. So 34 people have answered correctly. Let's see who have climbed on the top. So Kanu is still the topper, but Govind has the highest answer streak of 4. Way to go, Govind. All right. So if everybody is ready, let's move to the next question now. The next question is, what is the closest planet to the sun? What is the closest planet to the sun? Is it Neptune? Is it Earth? Is it Venus? Or is it Mercury? Right. So let's start the countdown. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just 38 people answered. So not everyone was able to answer. So guys, you have to be quick at your, right? You have to be quick, otherwise you won't be able to win it. So right now I'm moving to the next question now. Let's move to the next question. Let's see. Okay, so 20 players just hit answer streak 3. Again, Kanu is first, Dhanat is second, and Govind is third, followed by Kinjal and Yash. Alright, so let's move to the next question. This is again very easy question. What planet is famous for beautiful rings that surround it? Okay, see the answer is shown in the photo. If you would like my cue, the answer is shown in the photo. Come on. How obvious can it get? Exactly. Right? So how obvious can it get? The answer was shown in the photo. So let's see who have climbed out on the top. Alright, so top 5 are unchanged. Right. So let's move to the next question now. The next question is this. What is the name of the second biggest planet in the solar system? Not the biggest, the second biggest. Saturn, Earth, Uranus, or Mercury? That's it. Yes, the correct answer is Saturn. But not all the people were able to answer it. So let me first, all right. So let me first go through the question and answer again. So yeah. So if hope nobody's experiencing any problem. Right. So now I'd like to move to the next question. So everybody get ready for the next question. The next question is okay. So here again. Now the Kannu have dropped from first to fifth, with Dhanat being the new topper, followed by Govind, deserving bluff. Okay, that's a very nice name. Ryan and then Kannu. Right. So let's move to the next question now. Next question is this: which one of the following word describes the sun? Okay, should be very easy for you guys. Is it a planet? Is it a star? Is it a moon? Or is it a satellite? We are asking about the sun here. Is it a planet, a star, the moon, or a satellite? Okay, only 38 people have answered. Yes. See, the answer was question was pretty simple. I'll take that. Question was pretty simple. But there is one more thing I would like to say you guys. See, if in between the game, if anyone drops out, in between the game, if anyone drops out by any mistake, maybe because of the network issue or maybe because they've closed the tab or anything, you can always join back using this game pin. Game pin is always visible. So using this game pin, you can always join back. Okay. So let's go to the next question. Everybody, I guess you all are ready. So let's see. Okay. Okay. Now Kannu has gone out of top 5 with Kinjal again back in the top 5. All right. So let's move. 15 players have hit the answer streak of 6. So guys, maintain this. Quite possible that you are among these top 5. Right. And if not, you can get it. What is the name of the first satellite sent into the space? That's a medium question I'll ask. Is it the Sputnik, the Explorer, Vanguard, or Sputnik 2? Correct answer was Sputnik 1, sent by Germany. Right, so okay, so here's the thing, guys. Now it was sent by Russia, yeah. So what is the name of the first satellite sent into the space? Now here I'm saying that not everybody is participating. So here's the thing, guys. Everybody should answer it. All right, everybody should answer it. Because there is no wrong mark for the wrong answer. There is no negative marking for the wrong answer. So just try to be quick at this. So let's see who's on the top again. Goku. All right, all right. One of our Dragon Ball Z stars have appeared. Yeah. So he has climbed into top 5. So let's see. Let's go again for the next question. Up 9 places, Amrita is the highest climber. Okay, Amrita, keep this up. Maybe after the next question, you are in top 5. So again, who was the first person to walk on the moon? Very simple question. Again, Was it the Laika, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, or Pete Conrad? Come on, guys, answer it. Countdown is like 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Everybody knew this, right? Everybody knew this. That is like the easiest question. Yeah. So again, let's see. Top 5 are unchanged. TM is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Way to go, TM. Next question. Which one is the largest moon in our solar system? The largest moon in our solar system. This one is not that easy. Is it Titan? Is it Ganymede, Europa, or the Phobos? Come on, everybody, try to answer this one. That's not as easy as the others, but again, it is a very simple question. Is it Titan, Ganymede, Europa, or Phobos? Yes. Correct answer is Ganymede. Titan is the largest moon of Saturn, but in our solar system, the largest moon is Ganymede. All right. So let's see who is there on top. So Rayan and ISRO have climbed, and again, the top 2 are unchanged. 7 players have just hit the answer streak 9. So let's get ready for the next question. Next question is true or false. Neptune has rings around it. Let's see who knew. Does Neptune have rings around it? I mean, I know Saturn has, but does Neptune also has it? Come on, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. It does have rings around it. Neptune has very faint rings around it, but all the 4 gas giants, if you say, let it be the Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, or Uranus, all 4 have rings around them. Neptune has rings around them. Neptune has a very faint rings around, okay, around that, around it, right? So again, let's see who has climbed up. ISRO and Raghujit. All right. ISRO and Raghujit are back in the 5. Okay. Last question. This is the last question, guys. Let's see who know this. Where is the edge of our solar system? Is it the Kuiper belt, Oort cloud? Is it just beyond Pluto, or is it just beyond the Neptune? The edge of our solar system is actually beyond a very large cloud that is known as the Oort cloud. Now that Oort cloud, let me tell you a small fact about that Oort cloud. You must have been knowing about, let's say, how much time the light takes to reach our Earth, right? Light takes 8 minutes to reach our Earth, 8 minutes and 20 seconds to be precise. But to reach that Oort cloud, light actually takes 1 year. So you can imagine how far away that Oort cloud is. Now that is something which is known as the edge of our solar system. So it is like a very big cloud, and inside that the small solar system is there, right? So the correct answer was Oort cloud, right? So let's see who is there on top. Okay, ISRO has climbed to the 3rd. That's very nice. So combo breaker, 3 players just dropped the answer streak of 10. Okay, that's awesome, right? All right. Let's move to our next question. So it is just kind of like a poll. So would you like to have another quiz like this? So this is question. Come on, guys. Yes, it's amazing. It's too easy. How I didn't like it. 85% liked it. That's very nice. So we'd like to continue this quiz for our future webinars. So let's see the podium. On number 3rd, we have ISRO. 2nd belongs to Deserving Club. And the 1st is Dana. Now, a huge shout out for a runner-up, Rayan. stop sharing my screen now.
So that was great, Arjun. Thanks
So
for
hope you all liked it.
thanks for leading everyone through it. And this was super exciting. The kids are all saying they
Yeah.
were super
Yeah.
excited. So thanks for leading
So
us through that. And
yeah.
shout out to Dhanan and Isro and what was the third one? Bluff.
Yeah, the bluff guy.
And
Again, so guys,
one of them was Rian. He could not join.
huh,
He was typing out the answers and they were also all correct. So shout out to Rian.
okay. We okay. Nice participation, Rayan. Maybe you are not on the podium, but you might have been, right? If you join. So we will try to continue it. If you guys join us for the next webinar, we will try to continue this thing and make sure that now, if you are aware with how we are going ahead with this, if you are aware with all the interface, hope next time you won't be having any problem with this, right? So yeah, so over to you, Mila ma'am.
Okay, so again, Arjun, thanks for hosting that exciting session. And I hope uh, all of you keep on joining us for our series of webinars that's coming up that I mentioned. And some of them will have quizzes like this at the end of it. So, and all of them will be fun. This was the launch event. All the others will deal with specific topics. Some of you asked what is the registration link, and it will be mailed to you. But let me mention that the link is what I have listed here in the screen sharing. And if you go to that, you'll see a listing of all the webinars and you can select the ones you like. And like I said, most of them, if you're class 4 and above, they'll be fine for you. And of course, Globe at Night, you should be a little older. We'll give you the class. I think it's class 6 and above, but I'll just confirm that. And we have one for very little kids, but most of them are open to everybody. So please join in. This is our link. So please send us your comments and I hope you liked it. So thank you. And again, our next webinar is on the supermoon on April 7th. So please join us for that. And with that, I'm going to sign off now. So thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye, guys.